Thank you to the Republican Women of St. Mary's for hosting this debate and forum. I also want to thank Deb Ray and the women of the club for allowing the Senate candidates to speak early in the evening. The commissioners are holding a public forum just across the street at 6:30, so this allows me to be in two places at one time. I'm a Minnesota farm girl that moved to southern Maryland about 11 years ago. My husband's been here for almost 20 years. We ran a very successful campaign in 2010 to become county commissioner of the 1st Commissioner District, and we really talked about three issues: accountability, transparency, and a pledge not to raise your property tax rate or your piggyback tax rate. And the good news is some like-minded commissioners got elected and we didn't raise your tax rates for income tax or property tax. If you've been paying attention to the St. Mary's County Public Schools and the budget FY14 issues, you know that transparency and accountability are very important. I believe that the success we've had here in St. Mary's County, bringing more transparency, accountability, and keeping government taxes low is the kind of experience that's going to bode well for those of you who would like a new senator to represent you in Annapolis from Southern Maryland.
Good evening. As a guy who has a last name that starts with W, you're used to sitting in the back of the classroom, so I don't mind going second. Why are we all here tonight? Annapolis failed us. They failed us on jobs, they failed us on taxes, and they failed us on spending. And these things haven't changed. Our unemployment situation is basically the same as it was 4 years ago, in spite of all the plans, programs, and promises. We have taxes now that are just atrocious beyond words. The rain tax, the gas tax, on and on. O'Malley and his crew have raised our taxes so many times now. Our families are paying an extra $4,000 a year in income taxes. And the spending is out of control. As Mr. Craig said, spending's up $10 billion a year. That's $10 billion a year out of our pockets that's being pulled out and dumped into all sorts of programs, like the O'Malley Care website, where they blew $140 million on a useless website that they are now going to abandon. And as we look into next year, we see all the transfers and all the waste of funds, particularly the $400 million that they've stolen from the teacher's pension fund. That's going to drive a property tax increase next year that could be as high as 50% increase. That's extraordinary. So, where are we going? We've got status quo leadership that has given us all of these things, all of these taxes, the gun bill, and out of control spending. It's time for some new leadership. We need new leaders that represent new St. Mary's County, the new economy, and are going to go to Annapolis and fight like a Marine on the beach every day for you.
Thank you, Steve and Cindy. Okay, now we are ready for our first question, and the first ticket that we're calling is 926143, and if you will hold your hand up, Mary will bring the microphone to you.